Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Emily and I talk books and stuff. Today I'm going to be taking you through all my non-bookish collections. I collect quite a few different things, as you can probably tell from behind me. Most of my things I find at op shops, otherwise known as thrift shops. I collect so many things. I live in a very small-ish apartment thing with my grandparents. There isn't a lot of room, and what room there is, it's overtaken by all of my things. Yes, they're quite disappointed every time I get something new, but you know, when COVID happened and lockdown happened, I was the source of entertainment and I am quite proud of that. And so without further ado, let's get into it. So my first collection is, as you can tell behind me, are DVDs. All of these are movies, all of these are horror. Just all of them are horror. In my 5 to 6 years collecting DVDs, I have accumulated around 800, 900 DVDs. 95% of those are horror movies. I have the odd Disney movie, I have the odd biopic, the odd romance, but my favourite genre is horror. And I'm going to take you through a little shelf tour to kind of give you an overview of what kind of horror I like, some of my favourites, and all the other stuff. So up the top here we have most of my, I guess you could say, classics. I've got my Chucky, my Hellraiser, Nightmare on Elm Street, my Friday the 13th movies, my Evil Dead, my Halloween, and then we go into my artsy. So these are artistic movies with social justice issues, movies that you really have to think about to understand, and you know, they stay with you for a while. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had to watch a few explained YouTube videos, and also sorry for the shaking, but like my tripod doesn't reach up here, and yeah. So this is one of my favorite little 2-shelf parter thingy that's hidden behind the handle of my Michonne replica sword from The Walking Dead. And these are my disturbing movies. These are movies that I don't recommend to anyone, as the content in them can be quite severe. I have, you know, Sick Girl, Julia, The Last House on the Left, Antichrist, all the fun stuff, you know, the Cannibal Holocaust, Salo, which is one of my favourite movies ever, all the fun stuff. And then we go into my favourites. So these are my cannibal, inbred, torture, all the good stuff, all the good stuff. And then I go into some of my paranormal movies, which isn't much. And then we go into my small James Wan collection. So I have the Conjuring universe, the Insidious movies, and then the entire Saw collection. So then I have this movie Becky, and that was quite good as well. And then I go into my Stephen King section. So these are all the Stephen King movies that I own. And then it eventually tapers off into some gore and just general violent movies. And then we come down to my thrillers. This is what I have the most of. Some of these you can consider just general horror movies, but I don't find them scary enough to classify them as horror, so they just end up on these shelves. And then we have one of my most beloved bros ever, which is all my creature features. I have a lot of shark movies that then go into crocodiles, and then piranhas and cave animals, and then monkeys. So that has all my Planet of the Apes and my King Kongs. Then it goes into kind of werewolfy pack animal sort of things going on, and then my insects. And then of course up here is my dinosaurs collection, and that is just muy bien. Okay, I'm just a floating head here at the moment, but I also collect pop vinyls that go along on this shelf that my grandma and I put in, that's above my TV. And let me tell you, pop vinyls are expensive. They cost way too much money for what they are, but I am obsessed with them. So they start off with Disney, and they go into Game of Thrones, and then of course all my horror pops. And then I have Walking Dead and just other general, the 100, some Harry Potter that we don't talk about. Just other general Funko Pops that are lying around in my bookshelves, and yeah, there are so many of them. Another thing that I collect is all these little animals. So I can never pronounce the name of the company, but they have these little animal figurines that I just absolutely 100% adore. And I'm hoping one day I might even have enough to have my own room dedicated to each continent of the world with all my little animals on them. It's weird, I know, but I don't really care. So I had to move up into the end room. The lighting is absolutely horrendous, but this is one of my last collections and possibly one of my most favourite collections ever. These are my bird statues. And I'm obsessed. These are all different sorts of bird statues that I found at op shops and just gifts, I suppose. And I just love them so much. This toucan is like my pride and joy. His name is Billy. We love him. But yeah. So that is all I have for today. Those are my non-bookish collections, and I love them with everything I have. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget your joke on the way out. Milk is the fastest liquid on earth. It's pasteurized before you